Hello again. I have a fun project today. When I get greeting cards, if I really like them, I hold on to them because I'll often make bookmarks out of them or just keep them for the pictures and whatever. So I thought, I had this idea and I thought, well, I've got some greeting cards lying around. This one is from my husband. "To my darling wife on your special day." And he always puts the date on it. So it had my birthday and 2023. So it was this year. And I thought, oh, isn't that lovely? And so I thought this would be a good one to use for this project, which is a mini glue book folder is what I'm calling it. When I looked at the card, I thought this one looks kind of familiar. So I went and looked in my pile, and sure enough, he gave me the same card last year. I can't fault him for not being consistent. That's all I can say. Anyway, what I'm going to do is use these cards to make a folder. Now, the end result is going to look something like this, but we're going to change the look of it considerably, okay? So to begin with, I am going to glue this one inside here. Now, I've prepared some papers just so this won't take, half a day. But you can do this however you like. So whatever pleases you. And don't worry, he won't be upset for me using his cards for a project. He's not really fussy about things like that. So I'll just do that. And of course, I promptly got glue on my arm. Get rid of that. And now I'm going to make sure I put this in here nice and straight so they line up perfectly. And I'm going to use this little scraper that I got at a dollar store to just spread the glue around so it's not so obviously in lines of glue. And even out to the edge here, I like to give it a little push so that it glues right to the very edge. Okay, so that is step one. Now, what I've done is I have this set. This is a pad that I got at Michael's last year, the year before, whenever the stores opened again, I guess. And it's Key West style, but I'm taking a few, this one and another one, because they coordinate. Now my goal wasn't to make a beach theme, so I've chosen ones, like this is not beachy, but it's really pretty. This is, very tropical, same. So what I've chosen are ones that coordinate. Now, do you have to do that? Absolutely not. You can do whatever you want. But I am going to do this one on the inside here. Now, it isn't even necessary to line these, because what you can do is just simply glue book over them. I just want to make sure that I've got this kind of lined up. I think I got a good handle on it. And I also got this, I have this tape, which I was thinking of using, but I think I'm going to leave it right now and just go with the glue again. And I'm going really close to the edge again, and I will use my little scraper to push it out again. These cards have such a nice message that I can forgive him for getting the same one 2 years in a row. And frankly, it wouldn't surprise me if I got the same one next year. And you know what? It doesn't matter. It's the sentiment that counts. So I'm going to line this up so that they're right on like that on all sides, all edges. And then again, just get that glue kind of mushed around. You knew mushed was a verb, right? and make sure that it folds okay. It's just a little bit long up there, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Now it's still wet, so the paper can sort of be pushed around. So I'm just being careful with that, because when you fold it, it will push the paper, which I think it actually did. Yeah, it pushed it this way. So I'm not gonna fold it again because I know it'll fold okay. And for this inside page, I'm going to use this one, which is, like I said, a coordinating piece. Now, just so you know, let's just fold this again. I don't want it to buckle, and it'll do that if it doesn't have room to fold. So my goal is a folder like this. So you've got 6 surfaces to work with. And if it gets to the point where it doesn't fold well, you can always put it in your cutter and just trim like a shaving off there. But I think this is going to work okay. The other thing too is I could have cut this and just did them separately, and then they wouldn't push against each other like that. But I didn't, and it's going to work anyway, so not a problem. And I'm going to glue again on this side. Doesn't really matter which side you put your glue on, as long as it covers where you want it to go. I find this is maybe just a little bit easier, not sure why, but there you go. It's probably 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, so, or a liter of one, an American quart for the other. Did you know that an American quart and a Canadian quart are a different size? An American quart is almost exactly the same size as a liter. There, just, okay there. This paper is quite stiff, so there's going to be a little bit of pushback, but I'm going to leave it till it's good and dry. Now on the front, I thought of covering it all up, but this is quite a beautiful picture here. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I decided instead to put some tracing paper over it so that it shines through like that, or shows through. Get that on there about right. And then I thought, well, I want to cover this up so that it's not that subject. So what I did was I took the tracing paper, put it over top of here, and traced the line, around the roses so that I wouldn't cover up the roses. So I traced that, and then I cut this piece to fit. So this is going to go here when I get to that point. Okay, I also like this, so I'm planning to leave that. I may change my mind on that, but at the moment I'm planning to leave that. Now for this part, I want to use this glue, and always a good idea to try something and make sure it works, which this doesn't seem to be. Okay, that would help if I did it the right direction. I haven't used this in ages. That looks like it'll hold. So I want to just put it here, quite close to this edge, and I'm pressing fairly hard to make sure I get it in place. And I'm using the tape instead of the glue. Yeah, it's there, so that the tracing paper doesn't buckle. Now I'm just going to turn this so I can also get this close to the edge. And for the moment I'm going to do only 3 sides, and you'll see why in a minute. This goes about like that. If it's not exact, it can always be trimmed either trimmed with scissors or trimmed up with washi tape. Okay, so here's my front cover to start with. Now I'm going to just see if this is going to hold. What I want to do is just make a pocket here, which is going to work. And I have some glitter that's like snow. So I thought what I would do is just put some glitter in here, loose. I almost need a funnel, but I think this is going to work. And I'm winging it here, so I didn't try this earlier. And why it doesn't just come out. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this off. And I need a spoon. Just happen to have one. I'm going to take a spoonful of this. This is probably a lot, but that's okay. All right. There, okay. Put the lid back on before anything gets knocked over and glitter gets everywhere. You know how that is. Glitter has a way of getting everywhere. Even there, see? Okay, so this will have a little bit, a sort of frosty look. That's kind of what I was after. Now I'm going to take this and glue it down. First though, I want to do a little edging on it. And I need to find my ink here. So I'm going to use this pink and do all the edges like this, just to give it a little bit of dimension or something, a little more interest. I wanted to make this look torn, but I didn't think I could tear it so that it was exactly right. And I thought, you know, once I tear it, I could tear a dozen pieces and it wouldn't work. So I just decided to cut it instead. So this will go on top of that. Now, like I said, I'm kind of winging this. And there's like 100 ways you can use a greeting card to make a little folder like this, or a couple of them. You can use envelopes inside, you can use different size cards, you can cover up the whole front, you can leave the whole front uncovered. You can just cover it up a little bit, like I have a card here that my daughter gave me, and I love it because of the watercolors, but if I was going to use it for a little project, I would probably cover up the mom part. Anyway, I have nice kids. They send me cards and presents. I taught them early on that you got to send cards and presents when someone has something special, because I like cards and presents. So now I'm reaping the reward. Was that smart or what? Okay, this is obviously a little bit too narrow. And I'm not going to make a fuss about that because I might put some washi tape along here anyway, and around here. Haven't decided yet. All right, now in this space here, I have these little things. I got new stickers and all kinds of stuff. So I thought this was kind of fun, and I thought, well, just having that there kind of doesn't make sense. It actually looks nice in that corner, but what my plan was to do this. Which would be plan A, and I think I will just stick with plan A. Now, should I bring it down a little farther? I could bring it down into this spot here. I think I like that actually. And that should help sort of keep that edge down. Now this is kind of a washi sticker, and you know that they are they're kind of see-through. I'm going to just put that like that. And the fact that they're kind of see-through is kind of nice. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to use my glue stick. So I need some parchment paper. Now you can see that this has embossing on it. So I really need to get the glue kind of well on the surface. It won't go into those little bumps very much, but I didn't want to use the wet glue because this thing is so narrow. If I press down on it, the glue will squirt out on the side, and that's not a pretty look. And it's messy, and I don't like messy. So I'm going to put this right here like this. I think that is very effective. I actually really like that. Now that I have it in place, do I like it? And here's one of my problems, is that this is kind of popping over the edge, but I'm going to leave it because I still have to put the back on. And for the back, I chose this paper, which coordinates with everything as well. And I expect that there'll be a little pull away here. So fortunately for us, washi tape is a thing. It's a thing we mostly all like, I think. I certainly do. Let me see. I think I'll do the back here and then put it on. So I gotta make sure the glue is going on. And then I put this on, lining it up everywhere as much as I can. And then I'll just spread the glue around in there a little bit. Someone asked where you get one of these. Well, I bought this at a dollar store. I just happened to be there and see it and thought, oh, I wonder if I could use that. So I bought it, and it turns out I can use it. It's turned out to be a good thing. But you can get ones that are for cleaning the shower. They're like a scraper. Or even in the kitchen department, look for a dough scraper. Okay, I'm going to fold this now because I know this side's going to buckle in and this one's going to pull away a little bit, which is okay. It's not a surprise at all. So this is how our folder will look. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I think, is just trim a little off here so that it will fold in better. So this will take but a moment, and I'm trimming it to where the outside cover is, because that's the part that has pulled away a little bit. And this is easy peasy. Okay, we'll just get rid of those. And that makes it easier for it to fold. Now, what to do about this? I could cut it off, but I don't think I will. I think I'll tape it down. So I'll do that right now. And I want to choose something that's kind of goes with everything and doesn't really clash. And it has to be a little bit on the wide side. So I've got, that's not too bad, although there's not really much black in the design so far. Here's another one. I think that works a little bit better because it's more white. This is a different color of pink. And let's see, that one would work, but it's kind of narrow. I think I need something at least, well, a little bit wider than that. Now I've got some more washies. Oh, here, wait. That one's quite red. I think I like this pink better. But just hold on a moment. I have these, and I think this one would work. It's very pretty. Whether it's wide enough, I'm not sure. I think I might chance it just because it's a nice contrast. And somewhere else I have some more washi tape, but I can't remember where I put it. Because whenever I get new things, I have to rearrange things. And then when I rearrange them, I can't find anything. Because I really need a system of cataloging everything. Okay, so if I put this here, oh, I think this goes really well. So let's just line it up there at the end. And I just put it on here like this. There's always something sticky on these scissors. Okay, there's that. Now, again, I'm going to use this to just make sure it's good and pushed down, because you know how washi tape is. Sometimes it isn't all that sticky. So that solves the problem of that, as long as it stays stuck down. And if, frankly, if it doesn't, I will be gluing it, which I've done before. See, it wants to kind of pop up, but that's all right. So that's our little folder. Now you can decorate this as much or as little as you want to. I could put all kinds of things. And in the middle, where we have this issue of the paper buckling and whatnot, which frankly I'm fine with, I want to put some pieces like this. I haven't actually decided everything that I have in mind, but I do like this piece. Now, one thing to think about is, where do you want the eye to look? If someone's picking something like this up, when you have a curve like this, it basically sends the eye off the page. So if I want to keep the eye on the page, I would put it over here and say, let's keep all the attention going inward. Okay? If I want them to turn the page, I would want something that's facing this way so that they would turn to the back. So just a little thought. And it works the same with illustrations in books and covers and things like that. So if you want, you basically are using an arrow almost to direct the viewer where to look. So this makes more sense to go over here. And in that case, I want something here that would work. Let me see what I've got. So I'm going to just pull out a few things that go kind of with the theme. And I'm not going to finish this today because I have limited time. However, we'll get a good start on it and see, just do some kind of layout stuff. Like, for example, here I have all kinds of sticker embellishments that would fill in the small spaces. So what I'm looking for first is how to fill in the big spaces. And I have some larger things here, like that. This big poppy, even that one. Oh no, that pink is too orange. This is a really nice old-fashioned rose, and a peony. Okay, there's lots in here, obviously, and these are from that same set of scrapbook papers. I think it was 1 page or 2 pages that had the squares, and I just went and cut them all out so that they're easily usable. Now I've got flowers here, pink flowers here, and notice the tone of the flowers. So this is fairly cool pink. A warm pink goes towards orange, and a cool pink goes towards purple. That doesn't mean it is purple, it just means it goes towards purple. So if you look at these colors, those totally work together. In fact, I think I might even leave a couple of these little ones out. And if I wanted contrast, I could add something like, well, I wouldn't put that color of pink in because I think it clashes a little bit, but this one would work because there's just enough pink. And it's the pink that works with the rest. So I'll grab those. Guys, you weren't supposed to fall out. Excuse me. I also have some big things here, which I cut out of books. Like, and they are always tangly. But that kind of works. It's a little bit cooler color. It's more towards the purple. And there's a lot of things in here that are maybe not so good. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked in this for a while. But that's something that could work. These are birds. I think I'll leave those for now, but I have some more of these larger things. Here's my other binder. I moved some of them because that one was getting so full it couldn't close anymore, so I moved a bunch of things. These look like mostly warm colors, but I have some other pieces in here that might work. These are from a Chinese book. I don't know yet. These are all really quite big, so they might not work at all. Anyway, that does give us some things to work with. And for example, this is a greeting card. Actually, I really like that. So I think what I'll do is just cut it off here. Pretty good, and then this side just needs a little shaving off. So this is one of the things you can do with a greeting card. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, let's do that. And then I'm going to use the glue stick because it's got a lot of little pointy bits, and those are hard to glue down with the wet glue. And this needs to have its corners, its sides kind of used. Looks better. So I'm going right off the edge here with this so that all of it gets glue on it. And people have asked about this kind of glue. It's brilliant. It's smooth. It's like putting on a good lipstick, a little bit stickier. There's a link below. Just look for the glue, Gloo, and I put a link where you can find it on Amazon, and it's worth it. You will love it. I found it so much better than a lot of the other brands. Let's get that off there. Do that. Forget that there's glue on the backing, on the parchment as well. Okay, so there's a basic. Here's a hollyhock. This is obviously getting quite flowery, and I haven't done any sort of design thinking about this. I do like that though. And I do like this. This actually requires some more thought. Take a look at these videos and you'll get some other great ideas. It's like idea season in September. And I've got lots, and I'm planning ahead for fall and seeing all kinds of things that I can do, that we want to see new stuff. So that's what's going to happen. And I'll see you next time.